keep up. That one's all right. Yeah, well done.
So work getting on.
Thin one. Thank you.
All those easy videos, that's John.
Alright, I just want to welcome everyone on this special occasion. It's very rare for the Daltons, Carrigans and the Marshalls to be here. So I'm just glad that you're all here enjoying a great time and there's no stress or pressure. And I'm very thankful for each and every one of you, same with John, that you made the effort to come here. I appreciate it, you all appreciate it. So on this special occasion of John Raymond Cochrane's 90th, I was introduced into his and Margaret's life in 1976 up in Brisbane. Then not shortly long after, I met the Carrigans, the Daltons, the Marshalls and the Cottingsons. Over the years growing up, he has taught me valuable lessons in life, one being hard work, which is something that has stuck with me all my working life. We all know Dad loves to move, and if you ask me how many times he's owned a place, I couldn't tell you. John has always loved to travel, and if he could, he would love to go back to PNG.
Yeah. Not the same.
Which he has informed me many times. But I believe his favourite pastime was to spend time with family and friends. He always got frustrated whenever the Marshalls were late. Yeah. And when they did arrive, he was like an excited puppy. So today, take this time to enjoy one another's company, as these are rare moments. Thank you.
I think I've got everybody. My name's James Margaret. John's my godfather, so we go way back. There's pictures of me being held as a baby, believe it or not, way back in the day. So there's quite a history between us. So thanks Mike and Jono for the opportunity to say a couple of words here for Jono on this special occasion, amongst such special friends and family as Mike has just said. So happy 90th, Jono. They say the good die young. As I say to my patients, they're worried about their health. I say, you've been bad, you're going to live a long time. I reckon you've got at least another 5-10 years in you, Jono.
We'll have 100.
Oh, easy. We'll be back for 95th and 100th birthday for sure. Yeah. Jono said to me the other day, I rang him for his birthday and he goes, you know, the Marshalls are my oldest friends. He said, I don't remember a lot, but I remember that. That was quite funny. He said, we've been neighbours. He said, we're neighbours at Pinegrove, which is near Bundara. We're neighbours at Copnor near the Pinch.
They followed me everywhere.
Yeah. Then we're neighbours at Crescent Head. I think we're neighbours somewhere else. Just try. We've been neighbours everywhere. I think we've followed John and Marg and Mike nearly all our lives. They are very, very special friends to us.
To Bundara Road and then up on the Pinch. To the back of me there. Yeah. Where else?
Awful to be followed like this.
Jono. You can have a go in a second. So we had followed them. So very, very dear friends. And for us, Jono is Uncle John. Nobody else gets that title in our family, outside family. So that tells you a lot. So Uncle John. I thought I'd just tell you a couple of little funny anecdotes. My brothers and my family sort of jibed me about this because it's Jono's and our trip to Peru a few years ago. But for me, this tells a lot about Jono's character and what I see and love about Jono. So we arranged, I think it was in 2006 or 2007, to go to Peru. Jono's 75, 76 at the time. And he's hiking up the hills with backpacks and bricks on his back because he wants to do the Inca Trail, getting fit. That tells me a bit about him. 75, go get it. I hope I'm doing the same thing, Jono. We met in Lima, in Peru. And I flew from the UK, Jono flew from Australia. And I got there about half a day after Jono. I walked in and Jono's like, embraces me and then, come and meet Bill, come and meet Joe, come and Pat comes from here, and this is their relatives, and I go and say to Pat, and Pat goes, she knows everything about me. So Jono's, told everybody in the world and knows everything about everybody. So that tells you a lot about Jono's character. within a couple of days, we moved out to the NASCAR lines, and John and I decided we'd splurge, we'd spend a bit of money on a plane, and we went above the NASCAR lines, and so we're in a 4-seater, and there was this spinster there, Pam. Do you remember Pam? Pam took a real fancy to John. So anyway, Pam's in the back seat with John, and I'm in the front of this 4-seater plane. And we're going over this, like NASCAR lines like this, and then back and forwards, and John's like, take a photo, take a photo. So I turn around, and then we bank again, and we bank the other way, and I was like, oh, I feel so cruel. And John thought it was hilarious, so he kept pushing me to do it, and I thought, okay, what goes around comes around, so I'll get you back. Anyway, a couple of days later, we got to the Colca Canyon. We went over about 5,400 metres, so not feeling very well with altitude sickness. And anyway, John and I are in our room having a discussion about religion and diversity. Anyway, it didn't end well. John goes, right in the middle of the conversation, about time he went and had a cold shower with me. And I went, right back at you.
I was going to say that to you.
Anyway, we got through that, and the next day all was good and well. We sat beside the Colca Canyon and watched the condors come up. John and I sat there together for hours as they came up through the thermals. So that was a really special experience to have together. A few days later, we ended up Lake Titicaca, and as I said, what goes around comes around. So I put Pam with Jono in a rickshaw, and they were going down to the water, and Jono, you could see I'd set him up and he was squirming because he didn't want to be beside Pam. So I'm taking photos of him, Pam's like this, and I'm all happy, and Jono's like this. So as I said, what goes around comes around.
Yeah, who brought him tonight?
Anyway, we get out onto the Reed Islands on Lake Titicaca, and Jono just starts shivering. What's going on there? Anyway, something's not quite right, so we take him up to the hotel room, and the doctor checks him over and says, oh, he's got altitude sickness. We're at, 4,500 metres, something like that. Anyway, they're going, he needs to fly to Lima, down sea level, and we're like, oh, we've trained and we've worked a lot, to get here. We don't want to go down there. So anyway, we ended up compromising, saying if he went down to 2,000 metres, could he stay, and could a guide take him down there and look after him for a couple of days. So it was a difficult decision. Like, we weren't sure we thought nearly our trip was over. So anyway, we're trying to make light of it. So Jono on the bed with an oxygen mask, and this Peruvian guide who was very nice looking lying beside him, soothing him. And I was taking photos of it and saying, Jono, behave! Remember you're married! And he goes, you exaggerate! Anyway, I did the Inca Trail, and a few days later get through to the Sun Gate. And Sun Gate's, 400 or 500 metres above Machu Picchu. And who was there with Jono? And he was there, fit and well and welcoming, big smile on his face, and it was a special moment for me because, one, I was worried about him. He was there, he was healthy, he'd come up 500 metres, and he got to do a little bit of the Inca Trail. So that was a really special moment.
Yeah. Remember that.
And then the rest of that day we sort of enjoyed the sight, and then the next day we went back down to the town where John had been for 4 or 5 days recuperating from his altitude sickness. Anyway, we're walking around town, and I was like, hey John! Hey John! Hey John! John's a man about town and knows everybody in town. He goes, oh, they got great massages in there, we should go in there. There's a good spa in there. Anyway, he was fine. I needn't worry about him. He made his own way. Anyway, on his way home, John went home via Chile, and he got mugged on the way home, and there's this story about some drunk guy vomiting on him. Anyway, it just tells me that John is just such an adventurer and capable traveller. He's happy in his own company and he feels very safe. So amazing. When we got home, a few months later, I put up all these photos of Jono in bed with this Peruvian guide and with Pam on the rickshaw, and just telling Auntie Marg how I had to watch him because the women were all over him and trying to keep him at bay, and his narrow views on religion and diversity and all this, and then he just cracks up and he goes, oh, he exaggerates. It's very true. So there was a lot of banter between us, which has been, that was a lot of fun, and I think that's been with us all of our lives, which is really nice. And for me, this sort of, this trip that I had, this special time I had with Jono,
We had a good holiday.
speaks of the wonderful traits of Jono, and such an adventurous spirit, and really fun, friendly, warm, real humility, and a very, very much a people person, and very much a true gentleman. And I don't say that lightly; he really is.
Yes.
So I'd just like to offer a bit of a toast to Jono, and part of that I want to do that for absent friends as well, because my dad and my brother are here in spirit with us from a Marshall point of view, Jono, and very much for Auntie Marg too, which we miss dearly too. So I just wanted to toast for us all, for Jono for his birthday. Cheers, Jono.
Cheers.
And I think there's going to be a couple of words too from the Carrigan and the Dalton clan, and I think Sue has done her nervous wee and she's ready.
Thank you. I appreciate that, James. Thank you so much. So from the Dalton clan, we would just like to say happy 90th birthday, and because Dad and Greg can't be here, they send all their best to you as well.
Thank you.
So from a perspective, and speaking from my family and how we've engaged with you over the years, because you've known me for a long, long time.
Yeah.
long time. But I just want to speak of your kindness. Like, you are one of the kindest people and so generous in your soul that the hospitality starts from the minute you drive in the driveway. He's down in the driveway, getting the bags out of the car, and he's in the house. So you walk in without 5 minutes of being in the house, you're offered a drink, sit down, make yourself comfortable. You and Auntie Margie did that for us always, and that's just who you are, the people that you are, and helpful. You've always been extremely helpful, not just with like the gardens that you grow, how you can propagate things from something that you just walk past someone's house and grab a stick it in the ground, put a bit of seaweed on it, and sure you're
Can be a noxious weed too.
And those sorts of things. And I've even still got what is it? It's a beautiful plant that you gave me years and years ago, and it's growing beautifully inside my house. It's some palm, a cocos palm, and it's doing well.
Can't remember.
And like James touched on too, like people that can't be here, like Auntie Margie, she would just absolutely love everyone here, being here together, because they've touched all of us, and every single one of us has felt their warmth in their heart. But yeah, being 90, that's such an achievement. To get to 90, it's an incredible achievement. And like the stories that you tell us, they are extremely interesting, and the journey that you've had, not just in, traveling with James, but just your journey through Papua New Guinea and your contribution that you gave to the people there, what you actually sowed into those people and showed them ways of how the white people lived, but in their primitive state they had no exposure to people, but you were sort of there to assist them, to guide them and show them, an easier way, a better way. And I'm sure everyone here can just say how blessed we are to have been a part of your life and you to be a part of our lives. Yes.
Thank you.
Happy 90th. Let's raise a glass to you. Happy 90th.
What's that?
Let's raise a glass to you. Happy 90th.
You can't drink the rest of
I have a big man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's my turn. Oh, I stand in the centre. It's like it amplifies everyone.
Honest John, I can hear you.
So I'm Susan. My mother Margaret is John's brother. I'm the second John, Margaret's second daughter. I'm going to talk about John's appetite. So before I talk about John's appetite, I do want to thank Michael and Miwa very much for taking such good care of Uncle John.
Yeah.
So, back to John's appetite. You've all heard of his wonderful appetite for life, which we all know terribly well. But also I do want to talk about his actual appetite. John, what year were you born in? What year were you born? 1931. John was born just after the Depression. So the Depression was a very lean time when people needed to be careful with their food and how they, managed their food. And hence John has an amazing, because of my grandmother Ruby, an amazing appetite and taste for anything and everything. So I have 3 memories to share with you. The first one is the memory, a post-Christmas memory. John down in the house down here with my mother. And I think I came in, it was a Boxing Day. And what were Mum and John doing? They'd gotten the roast pork out from Christmas dinner. They were reheating it and eating every piece of flesh off the bone, as well as taking the crackling and trying to re-crackle the crackling to get that very last crunch out of the crackling. So, we know how much you love your food. The second memory was us arriving up here. Auntie Marg was no longer with us and John had cooked us a beautiful dinner. It was a chicken drumsticks with coconut curry. I'm wondering how many other families might have enjoyed the chicken drumsticks with coconut. So the last memory, not many of you will have, but it was me and Joanne, and I don't even know whether Vicky was there, but we were up at his property at Jumarik, near Jumarik Dam. And on that property, it was a sheep's property, but on that, it wasn't a station, but anyway, on that farm, there was an orchard, an apricot orchard, and I was 4 years old. But I was sent to the top of the tree to pick the best apricots that were still on the tree, because they all needed to be collected. And I have a vivid memory of him telling me to get higher up the tree to get those apricots. And we ate a lot of apricots then. I don't think I'd ever eaten an apricot before then. But I have eaten apricots.
Stewed apricots. We couldn't have anything but apricots.
There's one other memory about food, which was the plum pudding that went to PNG.
Yes,
and if anybody wants the story, you must talk to John and Mum about that, because they were telling that yesterday. And the final thing I want to say to you, John, is there's a wonderful poem that you used to say to me. Do you remember this poem? Gastronomic Society admonishes me that I have reached the ultimate stage.
A dietitian.
A dietitian.
Consistent with dietetic integrity.
Yeah.
And that means...
I'm full.
So, happy birthday, Uncle John.
Remember that?
No,
Mum said that. Cake is it?
Thank you.
There you go.
Now here's the dog.
Can we just sing happy birthday?
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
What's that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can you open it up? So much better.
I don't want any.
Can't you open it up? And where's Joe? Joe's got some
Where's the candle?
Look at that! Lovely cake. Where they come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh.
Where are you going, Josh? What's it going?
I hate when it's smoky and melting because then it gets on the cake.
Too much wind. Too much wind. That's a beautiful cake. Look at that wind.
We're going to sing happy birthday one more time, everyone.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you. Hip it, hooray! Hip it, hooray! Hip it,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's melted. No, I don't like when it's melty.
Don't blow them out yet.
What are you licking already, Dad?
Go down, blow it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John.
Careful. You don't. That's a big piece of Grandpa, let go. Grandpa, ready?
Yeah.
Grandpa, just let go.
Not yet, no, let them do that.
I can't give you a tiny one. Should I give him like that?
Let it go square it.
Everybody's gonna play this game. Attention, everybody, got another video here. Once upon a time, there was a boy called John Raymond Cochrane, who was born 23rd March 1931, between Ruby and Raymond Cochrane. This is John at 5 years old. This year he went to school. He had whooping cough, chickenpox, measles, mumps, all in 1 year. Because his mum kept him very protective, he caught all sicknesses at school. His sister Margaret is 6 years younger. Because 6 years difference, he didn't play much with her when he was young, but they are good friends after growing up. In 1949, he started work at Commonwealth Bank. He enjoyed social life but not work. 1953, he joined Kiebs at Papua New Guinea and worked over 10 years. He really enjoyed it. In New Guinea, he met Margaret Berry, who researched brain disease. Then, 1971, John and Margaret married at the Prince Henry Hospital Chapel in Sydney. In 1976, he got Michael. He was thrilled and happy. 2004, Michael married with Miwa, and John met new families. Then he got 2 beautiful grandchildren. 2009 he met Joshua, and 2012 he met Julia. They loved Grandpa, and his lap was their favourite spot to sit. He has 5 uncles, 2 aunties, 20 cousins, 6 nieces and nephews. So there are always many family and friends around him, especially Marshals, who are very special friends, not only for John, but also Cochrane family. Joshua and Julia are always around him, especially since he moved to Brisbane in 2018. Then he became Julia's toy.
Look at Susan, Uncle John.
What?
What are you doing?
Take the glasses off?
No, keep your glasses on, John.
Just want to see your face.
What are you doing? What are your feet doing?
Washing.
You're having a pedicure.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
How beautiful.
The feet in water.
Well, you're not pedicuring my
And then
feet
I'm
because
gonna
they're all cut anyway.
Cut your toenails and then we'll put some moisturiser on your legs.
We've wasted it already. Oh, you see all that good hemp stuff.
It soaks in. More will soak in. It's all good. Do you like the view, Jono? Do you like the view, Jono? Do you like the view? Do you like the view?
Drink.
A view! The view! To drink.
A what? A view?
Yeah, do you like the view?
I like the view, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Love the view.
My legs are going to be
I
pink
love the view.
Why are your legs going to be pink?
because they're burning.
You told me not to put any more cold water in it.
Look at the colour of them.
They're not pink. They're fine.
See, it's hot.
No, it's not hot at all.
Not my face.
It's not hot.
Not my face, please. Not my face.
God.
I do cream my face,
Oh, precious.
but Susan told me not to bring the stuff because she had some. Now she's living downstairs, so I can't borrow it.
I just brought it up for you. It's just there.
Not that one. That's what I bought for you. Oh, I thought you meant the big bottle of stuff that I have at home. What's that one?
No, that's just some face moisturiser.
Oh, no, John, no, John, no, John, no. Is that tree in flower, or is it not in flower? This one is just here. Hibiscus. No.
Here you go. This will make it cold.
No!
What a screamer! What a screamer you are.
Oh my God.
Did you want it cold or not?
Exactly, Uncle John.
Huh?
Exactly.
You're wasting all the good ice.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
After it's been sitting with your feet, you can put it back in the fridge.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That tree has hibiscus in it. But I thought there was another tree there that had frangipani. Where's oh, just here, but it's not in flower, is it? No flowers.
Yeah, nice French panties down there.
You can
Where?
see, Alice said you can see the wax.
Where's the frangipani?
Doing some sort of test with her.
What was his name, John?
Hmm?
What was his name?
Dr. Hornibrook. He was a specialist in neurologist.
And
And
Margaret.
he was my boss for a long while.
Oh.
And I did a lot of work with him on the Kuru disease. And he wrote a paper, and I got a mention in the paper,
Oh, did you?
helping him
Helper.
with research.
Ah.
I should have kept a copy of it, but I haven't.
And Marg did something too. What was she doing with Dr.
Same
what was
thing.
Marg doing?
Margaret.
Dr. Hornham.
I think she was probably
worked,
doing the-
Yeah, she worked with him too.
Doing the, what do you call it?
She took the X-rays and things.
The
Neuro-
ECG.
ECGs.
Neurologist too,
Yeah.
and she took X-rays and whatever. They were a big team there for a while. It was good. Yeah, it was good. And that's just the Sing Sing, and that's Margaret there, I think.
Yes.
Oh, that's Pam Colgan's house, I think, with the pool. In New Guinea, that's a nice
Oh,
house.
in New Guinea. So
I
where,
think that's Pam there.
where were they then?
I think it is. I'm not sure, I wouldn't swear
I
to it.
don't remember where they were at the time.
And that's Margaret and John and someone.
Palm, isn't it?
Hmm?
Palm.
It looks like Pam. And that was it. And that's having a barbecue or something up in New Guinea. Table.
Where would
Looks
you
like
get
a,
your
some sort
food
of
from?
festival.
Sing Sing.
Did you get your food
Dance,
thrown in or
Those
thrown in or
dances.
what?
Hmm?
Where would you get your food from? For your barbecues and things.
Yeah, we had a lot of barbecues. This is a woman up there, she was a single woman, but she's a missionary woman. And she lived out in the bush by herself, and that's her there. And it's Margaret, and that was her houseboy. I think that's, lose it or forget it or what?
No, she brought it up and she said to them we were going out.
Oh, the boy cooked it. And he took it out of the thing and he took it out of the bag
Wait till
and served it into the water.
the water boils and then put
Like
the
it was
pudding
pudding in a
So
bag.
he took it
Some plum pudding.
Yeah.
And he took it out of the bag and stirred it into the hot water.
and that was the end of the pudding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
we died.
What happened, John? He came in to you and he said, did he
What's
say, what happened when it was time to serve dessert? Did he tell
Well,
you?
yeah, he wouldn't know how to serve it. Because I went out to, I said, oh, you just cut it up. And he said, oh, you can't, it's stirred up in the So we put it into bowls of
carried it all
and
the way
added
up
ice
from
cream and stuff to it, so it was all right.
And
Yeah, that's it.
we didn't pull it
That's
out.
the
You ate
town.
it, of course you did.
That's the town of Weewak.
Wee-whack. And that was where the pudding disaster was. In
Yeah.
Wee-whack.
And that's.
Where was your
put it
house,
that way
John?
then. I'm trying to look for it and remember. That was the VC's house here with a driveway in
Yeah,
here.
but you had those mad boys that had
No.
come around and want to see me and come in and say, you left your parcel here or you... you know, we've just found a parcel or some of your luggage and here it is. And it was only just to see me to find out what I was doing.
Ah, they wanted to spy on the young sister.
Yeah.
My house was, I can't remember now.
You can't see it, John.
I not there, I can't.
And where is
It's only, my house, I was single then, I only had a little place.
Where was Wewak in New Guinea? Where is it?
That's Wewak.
It was right.
See, there, Wewak was a little peninsula thing. There's a causeway there, the water went right through there. And you came out on this road here, they're up a little hill, and you're on this little point, peninsula or whatever you like to call it. And my house was, let me think.
You can Google
somewhere
Wewak
here.
and you'll probably find it.
Hmm?
You can Google Wewak and you'll find it.
This is Wewak.
Did you drive there from the capital city in PNG?
No, it's a long way away from.
It was the furthest way away from Australia could be, this place.
Okay.
New Guinea, the top side of New Guinea, right up near the horizon. And then on this causeway it came across here, there's water through, it was like an island, but it had the joined there as a
Is
causeway.
that where Lois is?
Hmm?
Lois, do you remember Lois? Lois.
No, it's not.
Was that where she came?
No, she was at Lay.
She was at
She was
Lois.
Lay, yeah. But this, my house, I think it was somewhere in here, perhaps in amongst those trees. It was a small house, just a single man's house at the
And
time.
how long would you have had a house there?
Hmm?
You wouldn't have been going out on patrol at that stage, or was it just after you went up there?
Oh no. I went on patrol right from the beginning. Yeah. But I can't, that's Wewak, but I can't, I've looked at this before and I just can't think where my house was on it.
No.
Humming.
You're only just going grey, John.
Hmm?
You've still got, you're only just going grey.
Ah. Listen, that's, I think that was my
Stop worrying
house
about
in
your
New
house
Guinea.
in
See,
Wewak.
I'm not a single man.
Yes,
I think that was it there.
that's probably it. Yeah.
That's in Wewak.
Yeah,
Where did you come and see me?
we came to Wewak.
Did you?
That's where
No,
they put, where they.
wasn't that house, huh?
No.
Not with you anyhow.
No, it was a house that was. No, that was where you were at Wanamo when I was.
Oh, Wanamo, yeah, Wanamo, because the army camp, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Wanamo, a good house there.
Mm.
That was a good place.
Mm.
So it wasn't in Wewak where the pudding happened.
Hmm?
It was in
No.
Wanamo.
At Wanamo, the army camp was there, and there were 8 European officers there, 4 sergeants and 4 officers, captains and things. And as soon as Margaret arrived there, because the plane lands and the army camp's there, and I'm there to meet Margaret, you see. So all the officers are there looking at Margaret. And then I take you up to the house, and the next minute the army jeep comes up. We're just wondering, did you want any more blankets or pillows? You hear that, Sue?
I did.
Yeah, she wanted any more blankets or pillows. So therefore the army,
And every few minutes they'd come up with something else.
we had army, yeah.
What was it? There was a.
We had army officers up there every night for tea, or down, she was asked down there for tea. And I was a bit worried. I said, I can't wait up all night for you.
Oh, what you revealing about me?
You are not interested in anyone? Any boy?
Oh, I met a couple of them. One of them was already married and he didn't tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, that's the Marshalls there. And Margaret, Mary.
Well, who's this?
Marshall's parents.
That's the Marshalls.
Mum and dad.
Oh,
Hmm? Richard's mother and
Richard,
father.
mother, father.
Yeah, and that's Margaret.
that's my.
Margaret Perry.
Do you remember name?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What he called?
Hmm?
Where,
Richard,
where are they
father.
here?
John Berry.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
John Berry.
And Marjorie or something, I think. And that's me. Margaret. That's Margaret, my wife, future wife.
Where was?
And that's James, the blonde hair.
Where was this?
Well, that's on, I think that's the Joneses property.
Oh, I
Valenette.
didn't ever go there, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have.
I think it's Valenette Jones. I don't know what that one is.
What did you
And that's my house at Wanamo. That's the shearing shed at Wanamo. We should dance hall there. We had a lot of parties there because it was that shearing shed was an old hall, church hall. And the people bought it
is that
and put
what
it
you
there,
said?
and it had a dance. You know, a small timber, small
Yeah, small
for dancing.
dancing.
So there was
Like a parquet floor or something.
Apex and all those clubs
But you were never
used
in
to come out
Apex.
and use that for dances, to charity, to raise money. I never charged them anything, they just
Yeah, you just take over.
to raise money.
Yeah, after you bought this
Yeah.
house.
We cleaned that. They had a good part. I had a lot of parties there. I was famous for my parties.
Yeah. Great parties, John.
That's the girls,
Joanne, is it?
Joanne and Susan. Joanne and Susan. That looks her. That's Susan again.
That's
That's
me,
Susan.
Mum.
It is you.
That's
Everyone got
me.
the blonde hair when you.
I was blonde.
you-
She was
Yeah,
blonde for
blonde.
years.
I'm not blonde anymore.
That's Joanne and Susan.
Yeah.
And that's not them though.
That's me, yes.
Is that them?
That's
That's
me.
the same girl?
Go with Auntie
This
Marg.
one.
Me and Joanne and Auntie Marg. They're great pictures.
Who's wedding?
Oh, that's gay. That's Helen and David's wedding.
Helen and David.
Helen and David's wedding. Roger's brother.
Oh yes. And that's John and Margaret. And that's Isabel
Isabel, Mum.
and Margaret.
Oh, that's me and...
That's Margaret, my
It's
Margaret.
not you, Mum.
Hey?
It's
That's-
not you, is it Heather?
That's Isabel and that's
Is
Margaret.
it Heather? And is it Heather?
No, I don't think so.
No. I can't tell from
Well,
here.
if it's Auntie is, wouldn't it be Heather?
Not necessarily.
Bring it over, let me look at it.
Well, it's not you, Mum.
That's Ruby and Margaret. No, that's Margaret. Is that Isabel? That's Isabel. And Heather, probably.
Yeah, maybe it is Heather. Or it might be that other daughter. What was the other daughter she had?
That's your girls here, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lynette. It's not Lynn.
Hey, isn't this you here? You and
Yeah,
Susan?
that's me, John.
There. This one.
Joanne.
Yeah, that's me.
Joanne and Susan.
That's Joanne.
Yeah. There you are there.
I know, in my little red dress.
Cute.
It's very cute, isn't
You
it?
still got it, have you?
Yeah, no, I don't have my little red dress anymore, John.
that's a funny one, that one. Well, it might be Heather then.
Which one are you looking at now?
Might be Heather.
I think it's Heather, Mum.
That's Ruby, Isabel, Margaret. I say that's Heather, yeah.
Heather and one of the,
And
probably her first
Jeffrey.
baby.
Heather had,
Was it Bianca?
I can't think of her children now. I can't think of Heather's children anyhow. Isabel had Heather and Jeff and Diane.
Yes.
I
But that's
can't
not
think-
Diane.
No, it's
No.
not Diane.
No, that's Heather, but it's her, I don't know who the child is. I lost touch with Heather over a period of time then after that.
She came one time, Brisbane.
No, not. Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, I didn't lose touch entirely, but I didn't see as much of them. Oh, that's all the kids there, and Mum and Dad's old Valiant car. That's Pam,
Yeah.
Margaret's sister.
Oh, yes.
That's Margaret in the car there.
Craig.
Who's that?
Jenny, I think.
Yeah.
Angie.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
She's
And maybe
remember them.
which one is
that looks like Pam, I think. Pam, her sister, her Margaret's sister. And this is Grandma Berry, is it?
She walked away from the children, didn't she?
And there's